In today's video, I'm going to go over 8 free apps that have made me millions of dollars investing in real estate. My name is Shiloh Lundahl, and you are watching the Improved channel focused on real estate investing. The first app that I want to talk to you about is Zillow. Yes, Zillow, the company that's been in the news a lot because they overextended themselves by buying a lot of properties that they really should not have bought. So how do I use Zillow? Well, at the very beginning of real estate investing, I would get up in the morning and then I would pull up Zillow. And then what I would do is I would draw a line around the areas that I would buy properties in. And as I drew a line around those areas, I would then look for whatever properties are selling in those areas, and then I would sort them by the cheapest property, because I like to buy properties that are below the median price point. And so that's how I would usually look for properties. And then anything that had like 3 bedrooms or more, I was looking for like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Then I would go ahead and make an offer on the property, or I would send it out to Jason, my partner, and I'd say, hey, make an offer on this property. And so we did that several times, and we got several properties that way. Now, also, one thing I really like about Zillow is if you're looking for comparables and you don't have access to the MLS, Zillow is a great way of looking for sold properties within a specific time period. So I would look up properties that sold within the last maybe 3 months or so. And then as I did that, it would help me be able to see kind of what the market was doing. So I did that quite a bit. And again, very, very helpful in knowing kind of what's going on in the market. And then also as I would look at Zillow, it would take, my searches, and then it would send me just kind of deals that would come up, or it would send me properties that were being listed within the within the zip codes that I was searching in. So I would get emails from Zillow a couple times a day just with different properties, and then it would allow me to just kind of quickly look through the email, see if there was anything that came up worth looking at, and I bought a couple properties using that method. So I really like the Zillow app, and I've actually also used it in order to look up realtors. And I can call the realtor that's listing the house, and I can get a little bit more information about the house, and then I can make an offer directly to the realtor. And I've done that a few times, and I've gotten properties that way. So I would say that Zillow is probably one of the best real estate apps out there, and I really, really like it. Next is Redfin. Now, Redfin is very similar to Zillow in that, when you search for properties on Redfin, then a lot of times it will save your searches, and then it will just send you emails with properties that you can find within the same zip codes that you've been looking in. So I have purchased properties off of Redfin when I've gotten emails sent to me, and I've just quickly looked through those emails to see what's come up on the market. One property in particular I bought for, I think it was $15,000. Now you might think, wow, that's really cheap. What state were you in? Well, I bought that actually in Arizona. So how in the world did I get a $15,000 property off of Redfin? Well, it was a manufactured home down in Coolidge, and it needed a lot of work, and the person bought it at a tax sale. So they just threw it up on the MLS, and Redfin saw it, sent me that email, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what? We can easily just attach this property to the land, and then we can go ahead and get what's called a quiet title. And that's a lot more in depth, but I'll talk about that in other videos. But anyway, we purchased the property for $15,000. We then put about $30,000 into it, so our all-in was about $40,000 to $45,000. And then the property appraised at probably $75,000, $80,000. And now, a few years later, I think the properties probably would appraise for maybe $120,000, $140,000. So again, I was able to make some money just off of the emails that were coming to me from Redfin. Now, another thing that I like about Redfin is Redfin will oftentimes show different pictures than either Realtor or Zillow. Like, let's say you had a property that was listed like years ago, and then they added more pictures to it. Sometimes not all three of the apps will capture the pictures and post the pictures. And so I was able to look up pictures of a house that I bought years ago and see what it looked like before I bought it and before I rehabbed it. So that was really helpful, was to be able to look at past historical pictures of properties that I've purchased in the past. So next is Realtor.com. Again, similar to Zillow and similar to Redfin, Realtor.com has sent me emails, and I've found properties just off Realtor.com that I've purchased at a discount, and so that worked out pretty well, because I look for properties that need some repairs. And if I see a property and I'm like, okay, maybe I can go ahead and make an offer on that. And again, this was a couple years ago when the market wasn't as hot as it is right now, and I was able to go and just make offers and see if they stuck. And so I was able to purchase a couple properties using that strategy a couple years ago. I haven't found many properties using that same strategy today. That's not true. I actually have. I used that same strategy, I think, a couple weeks ago, and I made an offer. It didn't get accepted. I used that same strategy. I made an offer and it did get accepted probably about a month ago. So, yep, I still use that strategy today. The next app on the list is BiggerPockets. So, to be honest, I actually don't use the BiggerPockets app that much, but I do use the website quite a bit. And so, on my phone, I'll go to the website, but I also am able to go and do like the desktop version on my phone, because I don't like the mobile app or the way that it renders on the phone. And so I actually go kind of this back way in order to use the toggle switch to turn it back to the desktop version. And I use that, and I just kind of make things bigger and smaller, and click the links and stuff like that. Anyway, so BiggerPockets is a fantastic website. I have probably over 500 different podcasts that are recorded on the website, and so you can learn a ton from going to the forums. You can learn a ton from going to the podcasts. That was one thing that really helped improve my real estate investing, and it's a great way to network with other investors. So just meeting people, sending them direct messages, and then setting up times to go out for coffee or for lunch, and just really getting to know people and networking. It's a fantastic website for that. And so that is another one of the apps that I use. The next app is the Mortgage Calculator Plus app. I love this app. It's super, super helpful when you are trying to figure out how much a payment is going to be on a loan. And so what we'll do is I use it to help me run numbers all the time. I'll put in there, okay, I'm buying this property at about $110,000. I think if we put $30,000 into it, it's going to be worth $180,000. And then what I'll do is I'll put the $180,000 amount in there, and then I put bank probably wants 25% down, and then it'll spit out the payment per month if I put in the interest rate and the length of the loan. So I use this all the time in helping me determine what kind of cash flow I can expect on properties. So that's another thing that I use, and I use it all the time. Fantastic app. It's called the Mortgage Calculator Plus app. So you definitely want to have that on your phone. The next app that I use all the time is my email app. And so I know that this one shows that I have 4,000 unread emails. Don't judge. Anyway, the reason that I put this app in there is because I am on probably 20 or more different wholesale lists, both in Arizona and in North Carolina. And so I get deals to my email all the time. And then I use the other apps in order to help me really analyze the deal, analyze what the cash flow is going to be, and everything like that. So the email app is definitely one of the apps that I use probably the most when it comes to real estate investing. Also on the email that I have, one thing that I really like is if I will kind of like touch a PDF and it pulls up the PDF on my phone, I can also usually sign things right from my phone and then send it back. And so that's really, really helpful in being able to get under contract and being able to see the wholesale deals that come to my phone. So that's another one that I would say is obviously really, really important when it comes to real estate investing. Also, my WhatsApp app is something that I use quite a bit in real estate investing. I have a group of probably about 50 to 60 other investors that have lent me money over the years that I've put on my WhatsApp group. And so there's this big group text that we have going back and forth with the whole group, and we can send information. We can do these little videos or audio messages. People can ask questions. So this is actually the app that I use in order to kind of help with coaching, help with just a lot of things. It really kind of connects people with one another, and they can ask each other questions. So I really, really like that app. That's one of the apps that I've used a lot. You can post up to 5 minutes of video. So I will take a video of a house, and then I pause it after 5 minutes, and then I will send it to my assistant saying, hey, we need to fix this, we need to fix that. Or I'll ask her to do a video walkthrough for me and send me the images. So I really like that app as well. Lastly, my text message app. For obvious reasons, I'm often coordinating things with my assistant or with my partners through text message. I will sometimes get deals coming straight to me through text message that I bought as well. And so I'll use that app a lot. Obviously, just like many of you guys also use the app. And so I just wanted to include that because that's also one of the apps that I use a lot when it comes to investing in real estate. So hopefully this video was helpful in just kind of taking a look at the 8 free apps that I use the most when it comes to investing in real estate. And again, when you learn how to use these apps really effectively, you can make a lot of money through being able to buy properties quickly and through being able to analyze the properties and analyze what the value is, analyze what the cash flow can be. So those are the things that I use, and I've been able to get used to it so much that I can often analyze a deal within just a few minutes, if not less than a minute. So anyway, just wanted to share this video with you. If you like this video, if you like my other videos, I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I want you to have a fantastic day investing in real estate.